Welcome. Fade to Black breaking news for Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. All of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. On this day in history, 1606, Guy Fawkes, a leader in the plot to blow up the British Parliament building, jumps to his death moments before his execution for treason on this day in 1606. Here's your Fader fact today, and it is vetted. Each year, there are more than 40,000 toilet-related injuries in the U.S. That's right. Have you had yours? Breaking news, sad news to kick things off. Cindy Williams, who was among the most recognizable stars in America in the 70s and 80s for her role as Shirley opposite Penny Marshall's Laverne on the sitcom Laverne and Shirley, has died. She was 75 years old. Rest in peace, Cindy Williams. Wow. In Canada, the British Columbia government says its plan to decriminalize small amounts of drugs for personal use includes hiring staff to connect people with services in their community. It says that even though police will no longer be arresting people and seizing their drugs, officers will connect with substance users so they can voluntarily access health services. Decriminalization comes today after a federal exemption from Canada's drug laws to allow substance users to possess a total of 2.5 grams of opioids, such as heroin and fentanyl, as well as crack and powder cocaine, methamphetamine, and MDMA. Wow. I'm going to leave that right there. It has been 361 years since anyone has seen a dodo bird, but Colossal Biosciences is hoping to bring them back. Colossal made headlines 18 months ago with its announcement that it plans to revive the woolly mammoth. It says it will now pursue the de-extinction of the dodo bird, using money from a Series B funding round that injected another $150 million into the company. That follows a $60 million cash infusion last March. As part of the funding announcement, Colossal also gave an update on its woolly mammoth project. At present, there are more than 40 scientists working on the de-extinction of the species, hoping to fuse the DNA of mammoths frozen in ice for thousands of years with that of modern Asian elephants. Wow. Jurassic Park, like for real. A Chicago woman has sued the makers of Fireball cinnamon-flavored whiskey after discovering the brand's miniature bottles don't actually contain any whiskey. On January 7th, Anna Marquez filed suit in the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, over what she calls deceptive labeling on Fireball cinnamon. Made by parent company Sazerac, Fireball Cinnamon is a line of products that include malt-based and wine-based beverages that don't contain any actual whiskey. The branding of its Fireball Cinnamon beverage is misleading in that it is almost identical to that of the company's Fireball Cinnamon whiskey. Two different drinks, except the product, of course, doesn't contain any whiskey. The lawsuit, it looks like it's going to cover Illinois, North Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Alaska, Iowa, Mississippi, Arkansas, Kansas, Arizona, South Carolina, or Utah who purchased Fireball Cinnamon during the applicable statute of limitations period. There you go. Vice President Kamala Harris on Tuesday will bestow the Congressional Space Medal of Honor on Doug Hurley and Robert Behnken. The former NASA astronauts launched on the debut flight of SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft back in May of 2020. Hurley, the spacecraft commander, and Bankman, its pilot, will receive the medal for bravery exhibited during the Demo 2 mission to the International Space Station. Their debut mission was a complete success, and since this pioneering flight, NASA has flown 5 operational missions on board the Crew Dragon, along with 2 private space flights. Congratulations. That's actually very, very cool. Well, this has been going on now for a few days. Australian authorities today sent out more personnel and specialized detection equipment to search for a tiny radioactive capsule missing somewhere in the outback, including a team from the country's nuclear safety agency. The capsule is believed to have fallen from a road train, a truck with, multiple trailers, that made an 870-mile journey in the Western Australia outback, and its loss has triggered a radiation alert for large parts of the vast state. The hunt involves a slew of government agencies, including the Department of Defense, the police, and now the Australian Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety Agency and the Australian Nuclear and Science Technology Organization. It's this big. A Polish tourist, you got to see this video. A Polish tourist was hit in the head with a stick and yelled at after walking up the steps of the Mayan pyramid in Chichen Itza. According to the Instituto Nacional de Antropología in Historia of Mexico, the pyramid, an archaeological and historical site, has been closed to climbing since 2008. That didn't stop the man from crossing into the restricted area and walking up the stairs of the pyramid on January 28th. In a video circulating right now on social media, the man can be seen led down the steps of the temple and the Mayan pyramid, and by site officials, when he reaches the ground, he's met by an angry mob. A shirtless man then approaches from behind, swings a stick, hitting him on the back of the head. The site officials then attempt to lead the tourist through the angry mob, where he continued to be berated. The tourist was then arrested by the municipal police, held for 12 hours before being released with a fine of 5,000 pesos. There you go. That's your Fade to Black breaking news. All of the news that you need for Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. Breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Go Backley Tappy.